Today you're going to take notes over solving multi-step equations. What are the steps to solve a multi-step equation? First step is to distribute if needed. If you look at number 2, you see parentheses. Parentheses gives you a hint that you need to distribute. The second step is to combine like terms. Underline the word like terms. That is a vocabulary word. Step 3 is to isolate the variable. Isolate is also a vocabulary word. So on number 1, I don't have parentheses, so I'm not going to distribute. I do have like terms. I have a 9x and a minus 7x. So I'm going to combine 9 and negative 7. So 9 minus 7 equals a positive 2. So I'm going to have 2x and I also have a positive 1 and a negative 5. So those are also like terms because they don't have a variable attached to them. So I'm going to have 1 minus 5. I have a positive and a negative, so whenever you have two different signs, you subtract. So 1 minus 5 will be 4, and you're going to take the sign of the largest number. So the largest number is 5, and it's negative, so it's going to be a negative 4. So from here, it is a two-step problem. So we already know how to solve two-step problems. First, you're going to get rid of the negative 4 by adding 4. So negative 20 plus 4 gives me negative 16. Copy down the 2x. Divide by 2, both sides. X equals negative 8. And that's the answer for the first one. For the second one, I have parentheses, so I know I'm going to distribute. You're going to distribute the negative 7. Make sure you distribute that negative with it. So I have negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. Keep the A. And I have negative 7 times negative 1. A negative times another negative gives me a positive. So 7 times 1 gives me 7. And I'm going to keep the 91. So now we're back to a two-step problem. And that's going to be your goal whenever you have a multi-step equation. Your goal is always to get it to a two-step, because once it's at a two-step, I can easily solve it. So I'm going to subtract 7. This will give me an 84. I'm going to copy the negative 21a. The last step will be to divide by negative 21 on both sides. So A would equal a negative 4. So the next problem, I have parentheses, so the first step I'm going to do is distribute. So whenever you distribute, you're going to take the number and the sign. So I'm not going to just distribute this 5. I have to distribute the sign that goes with that 5, which is a negative. So I have negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. Keep the M. Negative 5 times 10, negative 50. Then I'm going to copy everything else. Okay, I have like terms. I have 4M and negative 15M. So since I have two different signs, I'm going to subtract. 4 minus 15 is 11. And I'm going to keep the negative because the negative number is the largest number. So once I combine like terms, I copy everything else. Now what do we have? We have a two-step problem. So we're going to solve it like we've been solving two steps. Get rid of this number first. Oops. We're going to add that number because it's already negative. So when I add 126 plus 50, I get 176. I'm going to divide negative 11 on both sides. So that will make M equals negative 16. We're going to do the next problem in class on Monday.